Good evening, BookTube, YouTube. This is Johnny. Thought I'd make a video. It's been 4 or 5 days, and today is a Friday. I think it's Friday, March the 4th, 2022. It is going on 7:30 in the morning here in West Michigan. I'm down the lower level. This is where the majority of our books are located here in West Michigan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a cheap stacks haul. What cheap stacks is that you go north of where we live here in Holland. There's Grand Haven, and Grand Haven has a city library, and in the lower level they have a used bookstore called Cheap Stacks. And as you all know, over the years I've made videos of cheap stack hauls, and I think it was Wednesday, the weather was nice here in Michigan, and my wife, it only takes about 25 minutes to drive there, and so we went, and it was like late morning, and we left about 10, and we got back by 12:30 that afternoon. But you go to Cheap Stacks, paperbacks are a quarter, and hardbacks are 50 cents. And we hadn't been in a while. I don't remember when the last time I made a Cheap Stacks book haul. But so what I'm going to show you in this video, I'm not going to go into the books. I'm not going to really talk about them. Just show you what kind of books when I go to Cheap Stacks, I look for things. First of all, I look for biographies, and I look for history, United States history. I look for letters and memoirs, and then I go through the aisles looking for writers that I collect. And then I look for books on, odd things, reference books, anthologies. But one thing I really was, this time, there were a lot of biographies, which you all know is my favorite thing to collect and to read are biographies. And so I'm going to show you the biographies first, and then the novels. There is a biography called Darwin's Sacred Cause, How Hatred of Slavery Shaped Darwin's Views of Human Evolution by, what's his name? Adrian Desmond and James Moore. Now, I had this cataloged in my library thing. I have several biographies on Charles Darwin, but I don't know if I still have this one. And I haven't looked because I have to go digging into bins to find them. But this is, Darwin always kind of interests me, and so I've always kept my biographies. And then I found this John Maynard Keynes, Fighting for Freedom, 1937 to 1946. I didn't realize this was the 3rd volume in a 3-volume biography. Now I have somewhere a condensed version of this biography by Robert Skidelsky. He did a 1-volume condensed edition of his 3-volume biography, which I read last year. But this is volume 3, and I didn't know that, but I'm still glad. I can always buy volumes 1 and 2. And then I found a biography on Madame Blavatsky, The Woman Behind the Myth by Marion Meade. She was the granddaughter of a white Russian princess who became the first internationally famous professional psychic, the brilliant occult con artist who drew such gifted influential figures as G.B. Saw and William Butler Yeats into her bizarre web. The fervent flower child, her journey to the Far East on the quest for enlightenment almost 100 years before the hippies, tireless founder of the ultimate religion, theosophy, which survives today, the cranky, a beast, shrewd with feminine fatale's power to charm both men and women and attract them to her cause. I have a book on her in our library, and this is a biography on her that really fascinated me by Marion Meade, so I got that. And then I found a biography on Clarence Darrow, Attorney for the Damned by John A. Farrell. This is on that great trial of the century, it's just about his life. You know, he was in the Scoops trials about teaching evolution. I had a biography of him, but I can't find it. So I got another one. This is by Robert A. Farrell, Clarence Darrow, Attorney for the Damned. So I got that. Then I found a biography on Thomas E. Dewey and his times, the first full-scale biography of the maker of the modern Republican Party by Richard Norton Smith. I have Richard Norton Smith's biography on Rockefeller. He did a biography on, I think he did one on George Washington. He did several biographies, but this is his biography on Thomas E. Dewey. And so I got that. And then I got this biography on Louis Agassiz, creator of modern science, by Christopher Ersheimer. So I got this. Very famous. He was around the time of Charles Darwin. He was a professor, I think, at Harvard. He taught science along with William James. But this is a biography. He comes along, you read in early America, 19th century America. So. And then I got this biography, Triumph Paris, The Exploits of Benjamin Franklin, by Thomas Schoenbrun. I have several biographies on Benjamin Franklin, but this is his Triumph in Paris, Exploits of Benjamin Franklin. And then what else I got? I got a biography on Daniel Defoe, his life, by Paula R. Blackenschneider. I have a couple of biographies on Daniel Defoe, but I didn't have this one. This is an autobiography by Graham Greene, A Sort of Life. This is a Bob Dylan biography, Once Upon a Time, The Lives of Bob Dylan by Ian Bell. This is from my Bob Dylan collection. I don't think I've read this one. So, and then I found this memoir by Julian Feiffer, Backing Into Forward, a memoir. He's a very famous cartoonist in the New Yorker, and he's written plays, screen. This is his kind of cartoons. You've seen them in magazines over the, things like that. This is his memoir. So I got those as far as biographies and memoirs. Autobiography of Graham Greene, A Sort of Life, and biography and Daniel Defoe, who wrote, I think he wrote like Robin Crusoe. Can't remember now. Then I found this biography of Benjamin Franklin, Louis Agassiz, creator of modern science. Thomas Dooley, I think he ran against Truman. Clarence Darrow. Madame Blavatsky. I don't know why it's going in and out of focus. Anyway, I got that. Third volume on John Maynard Keynes. I wonder why it's going out of focus. Anyway, Charles Darwin. And then I picked up a novel by W.G. Sebald. I already had this in a paperback, but I found this is a first edition hardback. It's an Ostrich? No, it's called, oh, I can't pronounce it. Auschwitz? So I had a paperback of it. Just a picture of him in the back. Then I found a novel by a novel by Joy Williams. I had this already in my library. I collect the writings of Joy Williams, the Quick and the Dead. So this will go into the van to be given to the Book Nook or something like that. And then I found a little novel by J.G. Ballard, Running Wild. I collect him. It's really a novella. He wrote The Empire of the Sun. I have his short stories. He's written a lot of books. He's written a lot of stuff. The Drowned World, The Terminal Beach, The Venus Hunters, Crash, which was made into a movie years ago, High Rise, Empire of the Sun, The Day of Creation. So I'm always looking for his writings. I found that. This is an Israeli writer that I collect, Aaron Appelfeld, Suddenly Love. I have a couple of his novels in my library. This is a Paul Asher, a novel, The Music of Chance. I have this already in my Paul Asher collection, so I'll take this to the Book Nook or to some thrift store. That's when he was really young. I collect the writings of Martin Amis, a British writer. This is Heavy Water and Other Stories. I didn't have this in my Martin Amis collection. This is a novel by Terry Southern, who's very famous for his 60s novel Candy. This is his novel Blue Movie. And I found two James Crumley novels, The Mexican Tree Duck. This is probably the best thing I found was two James Crumley, which these are really, this is things I really would like to collect is his writings. James Crumley, The Mexican Tree Duck, and Border Snakes by James Crumley. So I was really pleased to find these two. I didn't have them in my James Crumley collection. He's one of my favorite American writers. And then I found a novel by Frederick Bush, A Memory of War. I have 3 or 4 of his novels and I can't find them. I have his short stories and I can't find them, but these are his novel, A Memory of War by Frederick Bush. And then I found a book on politics, Intolerable Anarchy, Rebels, Reactionaries, and the Making of American Freedom by Jedediah Purdy. And then I found this book by Katharine Graham. Katharine Graham, I read her memoirs last year. Personal history, the winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Katharine Graham, she was owner of the Washington Post, and she lived in Washington D.C. and it's really, you see this everywhere in thrift stores. It's really a good memoir. But then I found this book of hers, Katharine Graham's Washington. A huge, rich gathering of articles, memoirs, humor, history chosen by Mrs. Graham that brings to life her beloved city. So I was pleased to find this. It's not a library. Oh, there's something in it. Cards in it. I gotta take that out. I don't know what the card says. Let me see. So those are the books I found at the Book Nook. Not the Book Nook. Cheap Stacks. Or some Christmas thing. So yeah, I found this. So this would go with my Katharine Graham. This is really good memoir. I really enjoyed reading it. So like I said, the things I really were excited was finding these two James Crumley. Found some things I already have. I'll take them to the Book Nook, or I'll donate them to a thrift store. But I like finding all those biographies. I like biographies because I'm always writing in my diary. I'm always writing down my life. I like reading about people's lives, and especially if they bring in history, 19th century history biographies I really like, and I like political biographies, and I like reading about writers and poets and intellectuals. So that's what I got at Cheap Stacks. My wife bought a bunch of books too. They all came to $14. Can't go wrong for $14. So yeah, we go there once a year, especially when the weather's nice. But every 4 or 5 months we go. And I was glad to find all those biographies. Like I said, I like biographies. So that's it. I mean, I'm not feeling well these days. I start physical therapy this week, and for my sciatica and my leg, and I still got the buzzing in my ear. I had my 6-month checkup with my doctor. I'm in good health, but I'm still, suffer from chronic depression. I'm very upset about the Ukrainian crisis, the war in Europe, and the threat of nuclear war and extinction of the human race. And American politics makes me sick. It's just everything just is depressing. So I have to really pray all the time, the Lord to give me grace to just go through each day and not sink into despair. So this is a Friday. I hope you had a good week. Do pray you have a good weekend. I do thank you for your comments. Like I said, I'm not feeling well. I'm not sleeping at night, so I'm very tired during the day and I can't think clearly. But the Lord gives grace. So I hope you're all doing well. Have a good reading week. And do pray that the Lord will come quickly and bring about world peace. Why can't we love one another? Why can't we just lay down our weapons and practice brotherly love? I don't know. It's probably because we're all just so full of hate for one another. Yeah, why can't the love of God prevail? So anyway, I'll sign off. I'll download this video sometime tonight. Got to put away all these books in the right area down here in the lower level, in the biography section, the novel section, history, politics. I got Crumley on the shelf over there. Anyway, once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for the new subscribers. Feel free to comment, ask questions, and until next time, bye.